of experience in total DevOps engineer. So during my professional career, I worked on both AWS and Azure. Okay, but yeah, so as many of you know, AWS is one of the leading cloud provider in the market. So that's why people are interested to learn AWS. Okay, so this is simply about myself, and let me share my screen and start today's demo. We understand what is a cloud and why people are choosing more cloud engineers nowadays. Okay, what are the advantages? So those things we will discuss, and then I will list all the technologies we are going to cover, okay, in this AWS DevOps course. So later I'll give you some time if you have any questions. Okay, so AWS DevOps means we are going to cover AWS cloud plus DevOps, guys. It's a combination of both. Okay, so not only AWS or not only a DevOps, it's a combination. And before going to discuss about the cloud and AWS and all, first you have to understand what is a cloud computing, because all the clouds so depends on this concept. Okay, so like you have different cloud providers, we will just list later. Okay, so before going to that, so just understand what is a cloud computing first, guys. Okay, so very simple answer. So basically, cloud computing is the process of providing the computer resources over the internet access. That means someone will provide you the computer resources. Okay, so we know the computer resources like RAM, disk, we have network, storage, a lot of things we know, right? So all these resources, someone will provide you if you have the internet access. Okay, so that's a simple definition of cloud computing. Okay, so repeating again, so it's a process of providing the computer resources over the internet. Who will provide them? So we are saying that someone will provide the computer resources to you, right? So to you, me, or anyone in the world can request the computer resources, then someone will provide these resources to you. Okay, that is basically a cloud computing process. And who will provide these computer resources to you or to us? So there are a lot of cloud computing providers available in the market, guys. Whoever provide the computer resources, we call them a cloud computing providers. So very simple example, if we are already using internet, right? So we can call them internet providers, right? Whoever providing the internet, let's say Act. Okay, you have Airtel, Jio. Nowadays, many internet providers are there because they are providing the internet access, right? So that's why we call them internet providers. Similarly, whoever provide the computer resources, okay, over the cloud or through internet, so we technically call them cloud providers. Okay, so who will provide all these? Cloud providers will provide. So we have a lot of cloud providers available in the market, and the first one is AWS. AWS is still one of the leading cloud providers in the market, guys. Okay, so next position is Azure. So you have Azure cloud. So this is also growing very rapidly because it is a Microsoft one, right? And the next one, GCP. So these three are the top three cloud providers in the market, guys. Okay, so whenever you need any computer resources, so you can simply request them to provide whatever you request. Okay, so we have a lot other like Oracle, DigitalOcean, many other are there, but these three are the top three. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, we know what is a cloud computing now and who will provide the computer resources, we just understand. But why to move to the AWS or Azure or GCP? So what is the purpose? So that we will discuss now, guys. So let's talk about the on-premises first. Then we will go to the cloud so that you understand the advantages of the cloud. Okay. So all these are the
Ye-
cloud providers, means they will provide the resources over the cloud. Cloud is nothing but remote. If anyone have any doubt, so cloud means the resources are available somewhere. Okay, that is available in
Excuse me,
remotely.
sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, like you said that, internet providers are like Act, Geo, and
Correct.
Airtel. Like what we use internet, they are only called as a provider providing internet, or that. And afterwards, you said that AWS, Azure, and GCP are the GCP are the cloud providers, right?
Yes, because
Okay,
internet
but
providers are providing the internet, so technically we call
okay,
them internet providers, right? Whoever
okay,
provide the internet, so we can call internet providers.
yeah, that is
Similarly,
general thing that anyone can
yes,
provide internet, right?
no, anyone can, I cannot provide the internet, right?
Like anyone in the sense, like any company, like Geo, Airtel,
Yes, all
uh,
those are the cloud providers.
Pathway, like that. Yeah, okay, okay.
Correct. Whoever provide internet access, we can call them internet providers because they are providing the internet. Similarly, whoever provide, okay, computing resources or computer resources to you, yes, you can call them cloud providers. But top three we know, but many people don't know others, right? So you know Oracle provide the computer resources, nothing but they will serve cloud computing. Similarly, you have Digital Ocean. Okay, you have many other cloud providers in the market, but they are not popular. So let's say for internet provider, we know Act, Airtel, Geo are the popular, let's say. So many people don't know Hathway and remaining ones, right? But
Yeah, yeah, yes,
still
sir.
they are also cloud providers and still these are also internet providers. Okay, but technically,
Like the
yes, who
main
will
thing, like
provide?
the
Yeah,
like which will be main focusing in the market, will be taking that, right?
correct, correct. So of course, Amazon e-commerce is also there, but they are also the cloud providers. They are providing the cloud resources, right? So that's why we can call AWS is one of the cloud provider in the market. Okay,
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
yeah. So now we understand why we have to use any one of the cloud. Let's say AWS or Azure or GCP. Okay, that we will understand if you understand what are the problems we face. So when we use the on-premises. Okay, so everybody know what is general on-premises means. It's our own location. It's our own premises, right? So nowadays many companies follow this on-premises, guys. Let's say if you need 100 virtual machines, nothing but the computers. Okay, so if you need 100 virtual machines, generally they have to set up one data center. In general case, guys, if your company require 100 virtual machines, 100 is very less, but I'm just taking the example. Okay, so what you need first, you need a place. Okay, so you have to take a lease or rent some place, so where you have to manage your resources for hosting 100 virtual machines, right? Like racks, you see server racks in every company you see, right? Similarly, to manage many resources, you need a big place. Okay, so you have to take some rent or you have to take lease, means you have to spend some money here. So after that, okay, you took the place. So after that, so you have to purchase the resources, right? So resources means, so your computer resources, let's say RAM, hard disk or storage, okay, networking. So whatever the resources you need, so you basically need to purchase from third party. Okay, so after that, you have to establish the networking. So without network, our computers will not work, right? So again, you have to spend money here, and you have to take care all the networking, guys. So if you maintain your servers in the on-premises, means your own location, you have to, you means your company. Okay, your company has to take care the networking. If any computer is not communicating with another computer, who will need to take care of that? We only need to take care, right? So after that, security. Security means you have to define your own secure rules, okay, to secure your laptops or computers or resources. So if we have a data center, technically, generally this place we can call data center. If you have the data center, you have to manage your own security. That is your responsibility. Okay, how you define your security rules to secure from others. Okay, so you have to take care, guys. Similarly, maintenance. So nowadays, maintenance is a big problem, guys. So just example, buying a car is very easy nowadays, right? But maintaining that is very difficult. Similarly, okay, you have purchased all the resources, nothing but you have purchased 100 laptops, let's say. Okay, purchasing is fine. But if any repair comes, if any communication is not there, okay, if something is not working, so that is comes under generally maintenance, right? So that is really a huge cost. If everything is working fine, that's really good. But if anything started not working, so that is really a big problem, guys. So that is also you have to take care. Your company need to take care. Okay. So that means if you manage the resources in your own premises or okay, so with your own interest, so you have to take care all these things, guys. So that means you have to put lot of effort at the same time. So it cost okay huge money. That means you have to spend some capital amount here. So capital or you can say investment, anything. Okay. So in the initial days itself, so before you are starting to manage your data center itself, you have to spend money. Okay. So these are the main drawbacks, guys. So if you use on premises, so at the same time, you have purchased the resources for 100 virtual machines. Okay. Again, if you need more resources, what will happen, guys? So you have to buy again. So you cannot use already resources are consumed. So the best example, if you purchase a laptop with 4 GB RAM and 500 GB hard disk, just assume. So what will happen if you need 8 GB RAM? So can I simply purchase 4 GB RAM more, or do you need to purchase 8 GB? Generally, every laptop will have two slots for RAM. Okay, if you have 2 GB plus 2 GB, they will provide 2 GB plus 2 GB RAM if you purchase 4 GB laptop. Okay, now if you need 8 GB because you have installed many applications and it requires more RAM, what you need to do, guys? You have to purchase again 4 GB plus 4 GB, right? So already existing RAM slots are already existing 2 GB, 2 GB will not work. So that means money wasted or resources wasted, right? So that is the main drawback, guys. You cannot expand very easily. Okay, if you don't have the enough resources, again you have to purchase. Okay, so with some amount of resources. So that means the wastage will be very high. And another example, you have purchased your data center like for maintaining 100 GB RAM and 10 TB hard disk. Just assume. But you guys are using only 50 GB RAM and 5 TB hard disk. Okay. So what about the remaining, guys? So will they provide anyone a refund for that? No, because you already purchased, you are maintaining your own data center. So those resources are wasted, right? Until you utilize them. So that is really wasted. Okay. To overcome all these problems, nowadays people are willing to move to the cloud. Cloud means any cloud. So as we discussed, AWS is still one of the leading cloud providers, right? So people are interested to move to the AWS basically. Okay. So what are the advantages if you move to the AWS? Let's say we are talking about AWS cloud. Okay. What are the advantages, guys? So in the initial days, you don't need to spend even a single rupee. Okay. Same situation, guys. You need 100 virtual machines. Okay. So you need 100 virtual machines. But here you need a place to manage those resources, and you need, okay, to purchase all the resources that are required in the initial phase. That means you have to spend money. But here you simply log into your AWS. You can create account here, guys. So create AWS account. Okay, anyone can create. You create and I create. Your company can create. So just create any account and request them to provide 100 virtual machines. Okay. So if you request them, they will simply provide the resources, guys. Nothing but 100 virtual machines. You don't need to spend even a single rupee at the time of requesting. So that's the first advantage, guys. You are not spending a capital amount, or you are not spending investment here. Okay. So after you utilizing, let's say you have utilized all these 100 missions for 1 month. So they will charge for whatever you have utilized. Let's say I used only this much of RAM and this much of storage and this much of network, let's say. So they will charge for that only. So that is second advantage, guys. Pay whatever you utilize. That means how much resources you utilize, you are going to pay money for that only. But here, whether you have utilizing or not, it doesn't matter in the on-premises. Okay. So because you already spend money and you already purchased. So just a rough example, guys. If you use one Linux VM, so you are going to charge 500 rupees per month. So 500 rupees per month is very, so I can say it's very less amount, right? So why? Because if you take another example, in olden days, so maybe many of you may face this situation. Okay, in earlier days, if you wanted to practice some Linux commands, or if you want to get some experience on the Linux, how did you do that, guys? Earlier, it's very difficult, right? If you have a laptop, you have to, let's say most of our laptops are Windows only. So you have to install a virtual box, and inside that virtual box, you may install a Linux. Okay, and you practiced it. So that's a really a big problem and big difficult. But nowadays, as cloud came into the picture, you simply create a free trial account in AWS, and you can utilize, okay, either Windows or Linux missions. Absolutely 750 hours per month is free. That facility is there, guys. Still, if you want to use more, so you just need to provide or spend only 500 rupees per month. So that is the second advantage, guys. Whatever we use, so we generally pay amount for that only. And third one is networking. So who will take care in the above one? Our company will take care, right? But here the AWS guys will take care, guys. They will provide the communication between your computers. You don't need to, okay, define, or you don't need to establish the network. Okay, you don't need to bother. So that's their headache. So that is another advantage, guys. And the next one is security. So again, you don't need to worry about the security. So because the data center is maintaining by the AWS people, they will take care of the security. You don't need to bother. Okay. So that is another advantage of using the cloud. And the next one is maintenance. If your computer is not working, guys, some physical damage or a disk is not working, whatever the reason, AWS guys will take care of that. So they will replace your mission with another functioning one. Okay, so they will bother the maintenance cost. You don't need to worry. So that means all these things they will take care, guys. You don't need to worry about the networking, security, and maintenance. You just look into your application development. Okay, but here you are spending time on other aspects as well. So that leads decreasing your productivity. But here our productivity also will be increased, right? So that is the advantage. That's why nowadays people are moving to the cloud, guys. And yes, another most important advantage is, okay, we have requested 100 VMs with 4 GB RAM. So initial days we don't know, right? So whether our application will grow or not. So you request like this. But after 1 year, after some time, your application is growing very rapidly. Just example, you take the Amazon. In olden days, very less people used, but nowadays billions of people using that Amazon. Okay, after the number of people using increases, you need more resources. Otherwise, your application may not work. Okay, so we see many times, right? If many people hit one browser, like Amazon at the time of big billion deals or any website, if many people hit that, it will be shut down or it will crash, right? What exactly that means? Because that server doesn't have the enough resources. If your server doesn't have enough resources, so that will collapse. So that's why, let's say you need more resources. You need 8 GB RAM, okay, and 200 GB hard disk. Just assume, guys, in the on premises, if you don't have the enough resources, that is not possible. But whereas in the cloud, so there is no, okay, concept of limitation. So means the resources gone, we cannot say that, because the cloud provider providing that, right? So they cannot say we don't have resources. So you can request whether you need 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM. The same mission, you simply increase the resources. That facility is there, guys. That is one of the main advantage, because nowadays once our application is growing fast, so we need to increase the resources. If you don't have the resources, your application may not be worked as expected, right? So these are the reasons, guys, people nowadays are moving to the cloud. That's the reason companies need more, okay, cloud engineers going forward. So that's why if you learn the cloud, so you will find many opportunities. Okay, but learning only the cloud is not enough, guys. So if you learn AWS cloud along with the DevOps technologies, then you will find more and more opportunities. Okay, so simply after this call, you can open the browser and you can search. So you can search for AWS DevOps positions in Hyderabad or anywhere. Okay, so just observe and look into the responsibilities or the skills they asked. Okay, you cannot find more than one or two out of 100 jobs, okay, asking only the AWS cloud or any other cloud. But remaining 98% of the people requires additional DevOps technologies along with the AWS cloud. Okay, so that's the reason we are going to cover those DevOps technologies as well. For any DevOps engineer, Linux is must, guys. Okay, so without having the Linux experience, so it is difficult to survive as a cloud engineer or DevOps engineer. So that's why we are going to cover the Linux and Git. Git is a version control tool and it's more popular nowadays. So we are going to cover that one. And Maven. Maven basically is a build tool. So we cover the build tool as well. And the Jenkins. So most popular CI/CD. Okay, so we cover Jenkins, and for DevOps engineers, mostly the database part is not required, guys. But if you move to the any startup company or medium level companies, so they will expect the DevOps engineers to spend some time in the database part as well. So that's the reason we are going to cover MySQL database, how to create MySQL database in AWS, and how to connect with that, and how to play with the database also we will cover. Okay, so next we will cover Docker. So Docker is very demanding nowadays, both the Docker and Kubernetes. So we will cover both the Docker and Kubernetes. And we also cover the configuration management tool called Ansible. Okay. So last but not least, we cover Terraform as well. So these are the technologies we are going to cover, guys, along with your Azure cloud resources. Okay. So you need these resources or these technologies as well, along with the AWS cloud. Otherwise, you cannot find the opportunities. Okay. So this is simply about what is the importance of the cloud, and okay, why people are moving to the cloud nowadays. So these are the advantages, guys. Now you have at least some idea. So why to learn AWS or any other cloud, and what is the importance of the cloud. Okay. And class duration 2.5 to 3 months, but we can say 2.5 months, and 1 hour a day. Okay, but the date and timings, institute guys will communicate to you guys. Okay, so once they have decided when to start and the timings and all, but this is simply about the course duration. Okay, and the content we are going to learn. Okay, so that's it for my side. Now if you have any questions, you can ask, guys, any type of questions, fine. But one thing I can say, yes, going forward, companies need more and more cloud engineers. So because of these reasons. Okay, so any questions?
In excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
In DevOps, you said that Linux, Git, Maven, Jenkins we can use, right?
Correct.
Only in the Git, can we provide commands and can we use the remaining
Yes,
ones?
yes. A good question. Whatever I have listed here, everything will start from the scratch to advanced level, guys. Because if even though if you are coming from a zero background, you don't need to worry. But ultimate thing you have to do is you have to practice whatever we have explained in the course. So that, let's say, someone who what is your name? Sorry.
Sachin, sir,
Sai.
Sachin.
Okay, Sachin. Yeah. So he asked about the Git, right? Yes. We will cover everything from the scratch, guys. If you go to the company, if you have a 6 years of experience, let's say, and how that 6 years of experience guy used this Git. So that level we will explain, like how to install and how to use the Git commands and everything we will show you practically. And how exactly we use in the real time. So we teach the same.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Good question. Any other guys? Yeah, Venkatesh, please. Complicated means technology itself complicated, or you were talking about something else? Uh-huh. Okay, you are, I mean, your voice is breaking, but please correct me if the question is wrong. You are asking, okay, AWS, nowadays many people are trying AWS DevOps. Okay, so what about learning the Azure DevOps you are talking, right? Yeah, again, it's a really Better question and good question, I can say. So one thing, just remember, guys. So learning any cloud technology is fine. Okay, I cannot say AWS. Okay, DevOps don't have much opportunities, and Azure cloud have many opportunities. That is not the correct statement, guys. So because as I said, still AWS is the leading cloud provider. That means many companies are using AWS. That means they need more AWS DevOps engineers. But at the same time, yes, you have many opportunities for Azure cloud also. Okay, so if you learn AWS, Azure is easy. And if you learn Azure, AWS is easy because all are similar, guys. Just syntaxes, or we can say that names technically difference. Let's say in AWS, okay, so virtual machines we can call EC2 instances. Okay, the same virtual machines in Azure we can call virtual machines. So both EC2 instance in AWS and virtual machine in Azure both are same. At the same time in GCP we can call VM instances. So all are same. Okay, technically all are same, but names are different. That means all cloud providers are same. So they will provide the same resources only, but names might be different. So that means if you learn either AWS or Azure, so that's fine. But DevOps technologies are common. Even though you go for Azure, so these DevOps technologies are common. Only cloud will be changed. Okay. Hope you got your answer. Any other questions, guys? No problem. If you still have any questions after the call as well, so you can call Skill Logic Technologies. Okay, so they will redirect to me if they can, so they can answer and provide the details to you guys. Any last minute questions? Otherwise, we will close. So great. So we'll see you in the classes, guys. So they will let you know when to start and the timings and all. See you there. Bye bye.